Hola, amigos. Welcome to another edition of Beer Clock Biker Talk. Today I'm going to talk about sexless marriage again. And when I've gotten several different responses to this, most of them very kind, and a lot of them from guys, saying, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Been there, done that." And then some that are kind of inquisitive, and some that are just, rude, basically. It can't be the woman's fault. It's got to be you. And okay, think what you want. But in discussing this, the kind of questions that have been thrown at me were like, why so long in that marriage? Why did you tolerate this for so long? Why did she lose interest in you? Why did she fall out of love with you? And some just like, why were you so weak? Here's what I like about Stoicism. Stoicism helps you get from the whys to the whats. And I'll explain that. Let me give you a metaphor. Because, man, there's only one thing I like better than Stoicism. That's a good metaphor. Anyway, several years ago, me and some guys decided we were going to go to a biker rally in Ruidoso, New Mexico. And from where I lived at the time, it's about a 450-mile ride. It was going to take us 8 to 10 hours, something like that. Because, you stop, you get gas, you visit on the side of the road. It's some of the fun of it. And, being in my 50s at the time, you had to pull over pee all the time. But that's neither here nor there. But it was going to take us a while. And so I had been to Ruidoso several times. Actually, it's one of my favorite towns. If you ever get a chance to go there, go, because it's just beautiful. It's up in the mountains in New Mexico. And when it's hot in Oklahoma and Texas, you take a little ride, and all of a sudden you're up a mountain, and the temperature drops from 105 down to 75 and down to 65. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful feeling. So we were going to go up there for 3 or 4 days. So since I knew the way and I knew the quickest way to get there, I was going to kind of lead the group. So we take off, and we're riding along, and we're riding and having a good time and pulling over once in a while and having a good visit. And then I started asking myself some why questions, such as, why doesn't any of this look familiar to me? And why is this trip taking so long? And why am I here and not over there? Then I had to realize I'd lost my way. I was lost. I wasn't moving in the proper direction. I wasn't headed towards my goal of Ruidoso. Now, what would have not helped is to continue asking why questions, such as, why didn't I see the signs? Why didn't I get off at the exit? Why did I let so many miles go by? I had to get to the part of asking what. What the hell was I going to do about it, because I'm lost? So we pull over in a gas station. We get out Google Maps. I look down and I realize, okay, we're 100 miles off track. Asking why I got lost wasn't going to help. I had to start asking why. What? What am I going to do about this? You know what? We got there. We got there a little late, but by golly, we got there. And I got there intact, and I got there safely. So why did all this happen? I got caught up in the ride, and I let the miles pass by until I came to my senses. Same thing with the marriage. I got tired of asking the why questions. Why did I tolerate this? Why did she lose interest in me? Why doesn't she love me anymore? And so I got to the point where, after asking the why did I stay in this dysfunctional marriage for so long? The only answer I got for that is, I got caught up in the ride, man, until I came to my senses. So asking the same old questions. Why'd she lose interest? Why'd she stop loving me? Why am I here? Why? I had to ask a very good question, which was, what the hell am I going to do about it? And while I had not studied Stoicism and I'd never heard of Epictetus at this time, I did come into agreement with him about something. This is from the manual. And Epictetus writes, if you make peace with all things beyond your power, refusing to fight them, you will be invincible. And it goes on to say, the way to be free is to let go of anything that is not within your control. So I had to come to the conclusion, get away from the whys into the wants, and accept the fact that my situation, my marriage, was outside of my control. And since it was outside of my control, I had to follow his advice, which is, the way to be free is to let go of anything that is not within your control. That's a hard decision to come to, guys. But sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I'm lost. I got on the wrong road. I took the wrong path. And I'd missed the signs to tell me to get off this path. Not just for many miles, but for many years. Sometimes you just have to acknowledge that thing and get off that road. If it's outside your control, if it's something that you're tired of fighting, then just acknowledge what it is and get on another road. Get out your mental Google Maps and figure out where you are, why you're lost, and what the hell you're going to do about it. Anyway, guys, keep it real. And life is hard. Don't make it any harder than it needs to be. Adios, amigos.